So if you're a coach, if you're running some course, if you're running some cohort, if you're running some boot camps, and you want to book a consistent demos, consistent appointments for your coaching business and edtech, and you've already tried all the playbooks who are telling you target right, reach out to the right people, reach out with the right messaging, and tried tons of outbound stuff on LinkedIn, but still not able to get it, I think this playbook is for you. In this playbook, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the step-by-step plan, basically, from our data-backed strategy, which we have sent over to 35,000 messages on EdTech into this segment with over 65 types of campaigns, which delivers the result for our clients consistently. And I'm not going to sell you some managed service. This is a complete, which you can do it by yourself after this video. Now, here we go. So there are 3 types of campaigns which you'll eventually try to follow. The first type of campaign is known as the warm audience, which is people who are already engaged with that particular topic. Second type of campaign is the signal-based campaign. It's people who are actively liking a particular set of posts. And then we have list-based campaign, is a broader Sales Navigator search, but we have small intricacy of how we want to broad away. The first campaign which I want to talk about is reach out to the people who already have a relationship with your brand. If you already have your first degree connections, go on Sales Navigator out here. So let's say if you want to go on a Sales Navigator and you want to reach out to all the people into your particular campaign. So into your particular experience of connections, and you want to reach out to all the first degree connections. Now what you can do, you want to reach out to all the first degree connections. You literally want to reach out. Let's say you can put out your function. This is a dummy Sales Navigator account, which we have, current job titles, etc., and then reach out to the people which you think that might be in your ICP. Second is reach out to probably your people on WhatsApp. So if you already have their WhatsApp groups or something, or you have a WhatsApp group where a lot of your existing people use some tool to export all the numbers and use SBL to reach out on WhatsApp. We don't have any monthly outreach limit. You can literally upload the numbers, write a nice sort of message, and reach out there. Or if you already have the Sales Navigator link or CSV upload, you can literally upload out here. Now here's what you should do. Whenever there is a known as the SBL campaigns, you have to create the initial message. So if you're reaching out on LinkedIn, you have to create your outreach sequence. What is that initial message which you want to reach out? For example, our initial message when we were selling SBL is particularly this. You can send with or without message. And then you can follow up as well. You can follow up, okay, whatever. And then you can also send that as a voice note. If you want a full walkthrough of SBL platform, feel free to visit the video which we have on our dashboard to go through every single details of the platform the way we want it. This is more of a strategy which I want to suggest to you guys. Now, once you have the outreach sequence, you need to set up the chat flow, which qualifies people immediately. So I want to showcase one of the campaign which I was setting up is reaching out to all the people who are engaged with the community. If the user replies, you ask them some qualification questions and eventually keep on going. And here you can add the leads, literally upload the CSV file, or you can add the leads manually if you want, or you can literally upload your first degree connections. But make sure to, because if you want to reach out to your first degree connections, your account should have the Sales Navigator, because we somehow cannot get you the first degree connections from our proprietary Sales Navigator. Now, the way to do it is very simple. You want to reach out is referencing why you are reaching out and personalize it to their action and asking the question first. For example, you want to reach out to all the people who registered for your webinar last week. Or probably there are some already guys into industry who is running some webinar, and there are a lot of people, hey, I attended your webinar, pretty nice stuff. So all the people who are commenting over there, that is your particular set of people which you want to reach out. Overall, once you set this campaign, you'll be having an amazing acceptance rate, and your reply rate will be super high as well. This is one of the highest engaged because they have engaged already with you in one of the campaigns. But a lot of times you might not have enough number of elites who is already engaging with you in your webinars and your groups or anything of that kind. So we go to the second type of campaign which I was talking about. It's post engagement and community signal, which is an amazing type of campaign which actually works a lot of times. What you do, you can reach the post where you can reach the people who liked a particular post via SBL. Now, it may not be your post. You can literally reach to the people who is liking Alex Hormozi post, who is liking Gary Vee posts. But it might be that, a lot of other people are also liking that post, which is not in your ICP. Then what you do, so let's say that you want to reach out to all the people with a particular leads post via likes. What you eventually do, after adding the particular post link, you click on ICP filter and then set an amazing customer fit criteria so that you're only reaching out to your ICP who is engaging with that particular post in that particular point of time, which is post via likes. You can also do comment to DM. So you must be seeing on LinkedIn that there are a lot of people into your space who are saying comment X and I will send something in the DM, roadmap in the DM, or probably I will help you to get better in something, etc., etc. Or maybe just Alex Hormozi comments, etc., etc. You'll reach out to all the people who are actively engaging in that topic. Community signal outreach, if your particular set of people lies in a particular community, you can literally go and reach out to those kind of communities. So let's say you go to the campaigns, you click on the post, let's say you want to create a campaign of reaching out to the people who are possibly into the Rev Genius community. So we want to reach out to all the people who is in the Rev Genius community. You reach out with a nice little message. Or you can set up a sequence as well that you interact with their post in one of the posts. Hey, I saw you into that community. Saw you here too. Nice to meet you. And then after some days, the sequence will send them the connection request. Then you set up a follow-up message once they accept your message. What you do, you add a Rev Genius link. So you can go to the Sales Navigator and click on current company, which is Rev Genius in this case. And then over 3,000 members are the members of that Rev Genius community. So you can reach out all the people into that community by just taking the links and putting it out here by adding a Sales Navigator link, which is create a new audience, Rev Genius, and then I will add the Sales Navigator. I will select the LinkedIn profile which I want to reach out from, and then I will add the number of people which I want to reach out from, and then I will save and import the leads. Then we have competitors. So if there are competitors who are, for example, if you're selling some productivity stuff, Justin Welsh is a competitor, maybe who's pretty famous, right? You're going to reach out to all the people who are liking their post. And SBL gives an ability, not by any other tools, just use SBL to do and run all of these type of methods. You eventually have an amazing expected results in this case. So once you try and once you run these two campaigns, eventually you will have mostly things ready out there. There are one more, another type of campaign which you can run for your business. It's known as Sales Navigator, but a lot of people eventually run just Sales Navigator, that's it. But we have two intricacies which we have seen in our data working very, very well. Is use Sales Navigators to find a set of people. Let's see if you're targeting business founders who wants to do X and Y, etc., etc. What you do, you put up a specific ICP filter using SPL once you import their Sales Navigator lead list, so that it is only reaching out to the people who have signaled about your topic in general or who literally falls in your ICP. So a lot of people do direct pitch, but I don't suggest a direct pitch. What you can do, you can bring them to drive your webinar. So if it is one-to-many type of offer, you can bring them to a webinar, or you try to give some free resources. Even the discovery calls are saturated right now. So what you do, you try to lower the friction bars at that particular point of time. And then you write your Sales Navigator search list, and then eventually you write the SBL setup patterns, which is SBL setup filter, which is how do you want the filter to be for your ICP to whenever SBL wants to reach out, it will check whether this ICP fits where the person sits into your ICP. Then there are several ways, like make sure that you have the nice chat flow, you have the smart follow-up. Basically, if somebody has already replied to you, make sure that things are pretty nice at that point of time. Now, how do you set up a chat flow? Now, it's pretty simple. You simply go to the campaign design. The outreach sequence is how do you want the initial message should be? What should be your first follow-up? You can literally send this as a voice note, which actually works pretty well. And then you design your chat flow, which is the flow of the conversation. The flow of the conversation is how do you want it to be? And then you eventually test into the simulation, which is here that how our SBL is chatting. And then you can simply go ahead and add something known as smart follow-ups. If you want a more detailed guide, we have a skill which can actually help you to write the flow in the way given your ICP to eventually get something better. And then you set up a smart follow-ups. What are smart follow-ups? Smart follow-ups is, let's say that if somebody has replied to you but forgot to reply, or in this case, let's say somebody has viewed our voice note So after 24 hours, it will automatically send, just checking it if my voice note came through. Happy to send a quick test version if it is easier. So eventually smart follow-ups helps to revive a cold lead after he has replied and ghosted you completely. And then you can simply go and run the campaign and enjoy the results. Now, one other thing which I want to focus is fixing what's not working. If your acceptance rate is under 20%, you may want to fix whom are you targeting, whom want you to reach out, something more relatable to them. And then if your reply rate is under 8%, you want to lead with the question, you want to engage with them more, right? And be more resonating, not just directly spit slapping them. If they are having too much friction, for example, if there's too much friction in the conversation, like booking the call, so remove that friction out there, right? Remove all the frictions which will prevent the user to going cold. If there is a highly disengaged user, you can see all of this analytics from your SBL dashboard. The dashboard will look something like this, which is what's good, the total estimated conversions, what's going on, friction on conversion, what's bad, and you fix everything. The point is to fix everything and scale what works. So I hope that it gives you a playbook to actually help you to design and build a consistent inflow of your coaching in a tech business.